Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Makakwadash, the Buwanas, the apostles, and the elder great millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith, labor of love, true sincerity. All right, I'm going to get into a quick topic based upon this precept here. Um, in Ecclesiastes, Salakia. So Ecclesiastes 1 in verse 8, and it reads, all things are full of labor, men cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. And because when you look at everything that's done upon the face of the earth, everything is done by labor. Now, we know that we must labor and do the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua because he need us as the laborers. In the scriptures say that the laborers are few. I believe that's what Luke 10:2, if I'm not mistaken. The laborers are few. But with everything that's under the heavens requires some form of work to do, you know. And a lot of people want to sit around and think that's something that's supposed to be handed unto them when whatever it is that you want, you're going to have to put the work in to do it. And we know that even of us doing the works, it's not because we're doing the works, because it's of him that calleth, you know. you know. So recognizing those basic things and seeing how, things are all full of labor, you can see that it's like which, and especially within this society and within this time, what is ever truly going to be enough, and that's why the scriptures talk about is it first or is it second? This First Timothy 6 and First Timothy 6 and 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be content therewith. And it's about being content at a certain space in which the Most High allows you to. That doesn't necessarily mean that, you have to uh, just work an 8-hour job, $8 job, and just say, well, hey, this is what the Lord gave me. I'm just gonna work this 8-hour job, man. I mean, that don't mean that you can't go for something more higher paying or different things like that. But it's just knowing that if you have certain things in mind that you need to have a cutoff point, and especially as us being spiritual men, it needs to be some type of cutoff point, you know, as far as anything, as far as any expectations that you may have out of someone or a certain situation or with your job or monetarily or whatever it is, for you to sustain your daily living, you need to have something in mind to where it's like that you're not in the same mind frame as those that are in the world. You know what I'm saying? That you're actually knowing how to be content, knowing how to. Matter of fact, Paul said it best. Can't think of the actual scripture. I believe it's in Philippians, if I'm not mistaken. But he said, yeah, Paul said, I know how to. Matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, what was I at again? I believe it's Philippians. Yeah, this Philippians 4:12, and it reads, I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things through Yahweh Shah who strengthened me. And that's how it is. That's what it boils down to, knowing how to abase, knowing how to abound. And plus, because we know that we have no, a short time here to go within Babylon, you know, a very short time here to go within Babylon. And the average person's mind, they can only see more, 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 more. Because what they lifestyles get heavily upgraded. You know, this gets upgraded, that gets upgraded. The woman that they acquire now gets upgraded. All things upgrade around them, so now they need more to sustain that certain type of living. You know, it is best to always be as lowly as possible with all things. You know, for the fact that how they say what the harder, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know, so you want to constantly be in a certain type of mind frame, to know to have that balance, to know, you know, uh, this substance, which which really isn't much within this current world, is just really to get us by. It's just really for us to, do what we need to do, handle our responsibilities, you know, uh, be able to help brothers, in need, whenever we can, you know, uh, be our brother's keeper, so on and so forth. With whatever goods that we receive, within this world, whatever the Most you know, uh, endows us with, it's always to stretch forth, what I'm saying, to do some type of good, you know what I'm saying? Do some type of wrongs, do some type of something, do something that's greater than ourselves. And that's why the big reason why we're in this truth, to do something that's greater than ourselves. Because there's nothing greater, as Yahweh Shah said, than for a man to lay down his life on the line for his brethren. And and he laid down his life for a whole nation. And when we out there in the highways and byways, you know, even though it hasn't hit that physical point yet, we're still doing the same thing, because we're out there on the front line, and when you're out there on the front line, what you're a target, you know what I'm saying? And we become an easy target to Esau because we put everything out there. So when that time comes, it's gonna be nothing for them to, you know, badmouth us, blackmail us. No, not blackmail us, like it, but try to bribe us, you know what I'm saying? Put false information out there, just how they do with the presidential elections, make this one person look evil or wicked against this person, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, man. It's the same exact thing. That's how Esau does. That's how he operates. That's how he gets down, you know? And, within the society, how they say like you're never too big to fail and things like that. So it's just always great just to have that humbleness and that lowliness of mind, when it comes towards any type of worldly possessions or different things like that, because if you're in an instant, what I'm saying, you can get big headed with anything. It doesn't even have to be monetary things. It could be anything, and it's just just always keeping in mind for us to examine ourselves, examine our being, and how we properly go about things. So with that, I hope this segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.